everybody. Jim from Jim's Holiest at Coleus. Okay, my first day of quote freedom. I retired. My official retirement date, it's always the first of the month, so May 1st is it. I can call up right now and say, hey, I want to come back, but I'm gonna do it. No. Okay, so got a new umbrella, getting some color back in the yard. Look at this green, and I didn't even put the sprinklers on yet. Landscapers will be here soon. They're gonna put some mulch down. Last year they put brown mulch down. I like black mulch. I like the richness of it, the look, the contrast, so I asked them to put some black mulch down. But anyway, okay, so today, real quick, yeah, right, no such thing, right? Going to do a video on hardening your Coleus. Now, hardening pretty much applies to any plant that you start from seed indoor. So you can apply this to peppers, anything, tomatoes, or whatever. I mean, some plants are a little more hardy than others, but this video, of course, will be towards hardening your Coleus. And what is hardening? Hardening is slowly introducing indoor plants to the outdoor elements. The wind, the fluctuations in temperature, the movement of the sun, the changes, the stresses of outdoors. If you just take your young Coleus and just plant them outside, guarantee you're going to lose some, all, or just a few, maybe the stronger ones. And that's actually how they do their trials, among other things. Like in Florida, Coleus King, shout out to you, you're the master. He grows like a zillion Coleus, and they do their trials on keeping the strongest, and that's how they get the strongest Coleus and so forth. It's just amazing stuff if you really research it. So anyway, get to it. Introducing your Coleus to the outdoors, hardening. Let's get to it. Okay, before we get started on hardening, here is that La Rambler that got hit with the scale. My friend Sherry up in Canada, she's like, get rid of that thing, get rid of it. You don't want scale to spread to your other Coleus. Sherry, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. I just can't throw it out. I'm sorry. I treat it. I'm a doctor. We're gonna get this. Patient back to running. Actually there was one little scale bug there, but it's dead. I just pressed it and it went to powder. There it is, it's dead. I went over the whole thing and there's no more scale. I did give it a good shot with the insect spray soap here. So, and I'm keeping it away from my other Coleus plants. I know that one. I just put that one there and just now I brought the Coleus out, but I looked over everything underneath. They generally hang out on the stems. I went everywhere, looked. I don't see any scale, but Sherry, I am going to keep it isolated. I'm going to keep it away from my other Coleus. I did check all my other Coleus plants. None of them have the scale. So we're looking good. And again, I don't see any left. I just see some of the marks from where the scale were sucking the life out of my Coleus here, but nothing there. So we'll see what happens, Sherry. I may toss it, but I will keep this well away from my other Coleus. But I think I have it under control. There's only that little one, but I know they get spread pretty quick, so we're gonna keep an eye on it. And last resort, we'll toss it. I do have another one coming in from Rosie Dawn, so I should probably listen to you, Sherry. But you know, I'm a guy. You know, we don't listen. So, okay. So, what is hardening? Hardening again is to take your indoor plants that you've grown from seed, specifically the Coleus here, and bringing them out for a few hours each day, and then bring them back in. You don't want to leave them out all day. You don't want to put them in direct blazing sun right away. You want to give them a little bit of sun. Again, today the sun obviously is going to move. Today only, right? As the sun progresses and moves, we may get a little sun here, but they're only going to be out a few hours. Especially today is the first day, and you do that over the course of a week. And you know, if you can't do it every day, don't worry about it. It's not. If you only have so much time a week, even if you do it twice a week over the course of 2 weeks, that's fine. But do harden off your Coleus. Get them used to being outdoors, and that's before I bring my Coleus out to my greenhouse. which is still a stress. Even though it's a greenhouse, it's still a stress. A lot more heat in there. The temperature changes and so forth, so we want to get used to that. And this is a good place here to overlook everything. I've done a handful of trimming, and I'm going to get to that in another video. You can see I have a lot of beautiful color. I have a lot of is that a double? A lot of beautiful popular varieties. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of varieties. Not all of them are legal for me to propagate, but over the course of years, like jitters here, there's the colossal, the marbleized jitters, the regular jitters. I grow a lot of those. The mosaic Christmas candy, the pink rose, Kong rose, the scarlets. Here's a marble, colossal marbles. Here's a Saturn coming in. It's like a Christmas candy mosaic. So I have a lot of, there's some black cherries coming in. I have a handful of those. So I have a lot of the most popular that I sell. And each year I do expand and bring on newer Coleus. Like for years I didn't have the colossal, the marble. I didn't have colossal marble seeds this year. Maybe next year I'm going to try. But I do have some seeds still listed on my eBay. So Jim's Coleus on eBay. We still have some seeds there if you want a short stack. $10. Hey, you can still grow them from seed. And you know, I noticed that now you can see there are some variations in sizes, but they're starting to really catch up. These are a little bit behind, but once we get into the greenhouse and start pumping in some fertilizer and stuff, they're going to catch up. And in the end, by June, July, hopefully I'll have a lot of you sold. They're all going to be pretty much the same size because of trimming and so forth. But the way I stagger my seeds is for my routine on the indoors, so I don't have 13 trays, 400 Coleus coming due at the same time. It works out well. There's that bee again. There's a bee that's really mad at me. He's just hitting me in my head. Okay, so right now I got them all outdoors. Let me take a look. I'll show you some others. I have a couple. I think I have one tray in the sun. I'm going to move that shortly. Okay, got my jalapeno peppers in the sun, and there's my main jalapeno. And here's a tray of Coleus I have just sitting in the direct sun, and I'm going to move that in another probably 15 minutes and maybe move another larger tray. I'm not putting a smaller tray of Coleus because it's just too, even though it's not summer sun, I just want to give it a little shot of sun, just a little bit, just to say, this is part of the hardening, the stress, and it does wonders. Only for a few hours, but don't leave them in direct sun for hours. 15 minutes tops, and then move them, and that's it. And here's that Darth Vader. I'm going to put this into a bigger pot. It's screaming to get into a bigger pot. What's happened now is all of the soil, when I pop this out of the pot, I'm going to find that the soil is completely inundated with roots. And Coleus roots are like angel hair pasta, really thin, prolific, and what they'll do eventually is they'll just take all of the material. They'll just take everything out of the soil, and you'll see all roots and very little soil. So it's important to get your plant, if you're keeping it that long, or if you put a plant that grows beyond the pot, get it into a bigger pot. And they'll grow as big as you give them. So if you put them in a big pot, big planter, they're going to grow big. But this one, definitely, you can see it's stressing out, and it's not because it's been outside. It's time for it to move into a pot. Okay, now I have all my Coleus out on the table here, and peppers and the other tray, which I'm going to move over here. I think I'll put this one in the sun for a little while. But anyway, I'm gonna give it a really, really light Miracle Grow all-purpose food feeding. So just a little bit, and this is a 2.5 gallon container. So I'm gonna give it a very weak fertilizer. Now I do have the time release fertilizer in there, but this stuff is amazing. But again, I don't want to burn anything, so I'm going to give it a very, very light watering, just a little bit of a kickstart to get things really moving. And the outdoors and the heat will do the rest, and the bright, prolonged sun throughout the day is really going to kick in, and before we know it, we'll have beautiful Coleus like this here. Okay, everybody, so I hope that helps out. Stay tuned, lots more to come here. Jim's Holiest Coleus. As we get on, I'm expecting to get my plants outside into the greenhouse over the next week or two. Then I'll be doing some pots, creating pots, hanging baskets, and so forth. So more to come here, Jim's Holiest Coleus. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody.